Donald Trump gave a speech at the United Nations General Assembly this morning, and it was a disaster. At certain points, it was actually inconceivable what I was watching, and that's saying something because this is Donald J. Trump. But I guess I wake up every morning and I pray for just one day that this guy can be a little normal, be a little coherent. But no, this was a disaster. It was a practical campaign speech. He's shitting on other countries, excuse my language. But I mean, I don't know how else to say this. He's saying horrible things about other countries, ranting about his great poll numbers. It's all ridiculous, and we're going to go through all of it. My name's Chris Mowrey, by the way. I'm filling in for Adam Mockler on the Adam Mockler channel. Yes, I need a haircut. I know, it's coming. Don't worry. So if you want to see more of me, and I promise I'll have a haircut when you do, you can go right back down below and check out my YouTube channel. There's a link in the description. On this channel, the Adam Mockler channel, we're trying to build something big to punch back against MAGA media. I say it every single time. Moving into 2026, 2028, fight back against this, frankly, powerhouse of a Republican machine that's always just pumping so much disinformation. We're trying to compete against that, uplift Gen Z voices. If you want to be a part of it, all you have to do is click subscribe down below. It goes such a long way. All right. Adam has lined up a few clips for me, some of which I have not watched. So let's react together. The first clip, we'll set the stage here. Take a listen.
You have to end it now, Sid, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. In America, we've taken bold action to swiftly shut down uncontrolled migration.
Okay. Fantastic. I mean, I feel like that perfectly sets the stage. Donald Trump getting in front of the UN and literally telling all of these countries to their faces, your countries are going to hell. I'm amazing at this. Is he a narcissist? Of course not. How could anybody ever suggest that Donald Trump is a narcissist? Let's go to the next clip.
Very much appreciated. And I don't mind making this speech without a teleprompter, because the teleprompter is not working. I feel very happy to be up here with you nevertheless, and that way you speak more from the heart. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
First of all, Donald Trump is such a moron, but this relates to the fact that teleprompter was broken, and also when he was actually going to speak, the escalator broke. As soon as Melania Trump, you see here in this video, as soon as she stepped on the elevator, it stopped working. It broke. But also the teleprompter wasn't working, him threatening whoever was in control of the teleprompter. He also threatened whoever broke the escalator, because this was him walking up to speak right before he spoke. And as soon as Melania steps on the escalator, it breaks. It stops working. Donald Trump, very upset about this. You know, they can't get the escalators right. They can't get the teleprompters right. I'm God. Everybody bow down to me. Again, I don't ever understand how people can look at this guy as like relatable at all, you know? Can you just be a human being? Sometimes things break. You know, we're not all perfect. I don't care that you're the president of the United States. Before we get into some of the other clips, a quick summary of all of this. I've set the stage a little bit. Donald Trump's, you know, the teleprompter breaking, the escalator breaking, him threatening people, him saying, well, I'm the best, your countries are shit, I'm the best, whoever is breaking these things is in trouble. And a good summary from Twitter. Your countries all suck. None of you know what you're doing. The U.S. is better at everything. It's all because of me. I'm right about everything. You should listen to me and do what I say and give me lots of awards. That was pretty much the summary. So let's hop right into it and take a look at the true first clip.
To protect our citizens, I've also designated multiple savage drug cartels as forests. And you see this, and you see it happening right before your eyes. Let's put it this way, people don't like taking big loads of drugs in boats anymore. There aren't too many boats that are traveling on the seas by Venezuela. They tend not to want to travel very quickly anymore. And we've virtually stopped drugs coming into our country by sea. We call them the water drugs. They kill hundreds of thousands of people.
So many of these clips, my first inherent reaction, and I can't believe more people don't talk about this. You've probably seen videos on this channel of me screaming about it. The clear cognitive decline. I mean, just in the first part of that clip, he couldn't say foreign terrorists. That's what he was trying to say. He said foreign terrorists. And that's like a very clear sign of cognitive decline. He's trying to pronounce words. He can't. He pronounces like half a word. The end of that, oh, the boats don't travel as fast. And all of that bragging to the United Nations about a war crime. An effing war crime. I mean, Donald Trump in international waters just playing judge and jury and ultimate. He's playing God, which is directly what the United States stands against. Unreal.
We have reasserted that America belongs to the American people, and I encourage all countries to take their own stand in defense of their citizens as well. You have to do that because I see it. I'm not mentioning names. I see it, and I can call every single one of them out. You're destroying your countries. They're being destroyed. Europe is in serious trouble. They've been invaded by a force of illegal aliens like nobody's ever seen before. Illegal aliens are pouring into Europe. Nobody is ever, and nobody's doing anything to change it, to get them out. It's not sustainable. And because they choose to be politically correct, they're doing just absolutely nothing about it.
Again, how can anybody expect going forward after the Trump era is over? Because I truly believe we will get through this time in American history. But it cannot be overstated how far he has set us back. I mean, he's walked the United States back 5 decades in, less than a year in terms of like our personal relationships around the world. Why would any of these countries, after, for example, listening to this, want to work with the United States, trust the United States, want to listen to anything that they have to say? Why is Europe not just going to start forming their own alliances outside of the United States? Hey, the United States is not trustworthy. They're insane. That guy is insane. They can't get anything done. We work with them and they punish us because they put tariffs on us. F this. We're just going to create our own coalition. We'll leave the United States out of it. And that's pretty much exactly what's going on right now. That's what we've seen from these countries, or at least working toward that. And so regardless of how insane this guy sounds, and he's obviously a raging narcissist talking about how amazing he is and all these other countries suck, it's really bad for the future of our country. I go here to the next clip.
And so I'm very sorry to say this, that Brazil is doing poorly and will continue to do poorly. They can only do well when they're working with us. Without us, they will fail, just as others have failed. It's true. Next year, the United States will celebrate.
Again, the same exact point that I just made, which is you have to be another country watching this. Anybody, frankly, who can think critically, going, why would we ever work with this guy? I mean, he's up there. He genuinely believes he's God. You're doing bad because you're not doing what I'm doing. Unreal. It's actually stunning every time. It never ceases to amaze me, truly. I know this is who Donald Trump is, but every time you watch it, you're like, oh my God.
A year from now. But they've come way down over the last year. As a result, every air conditioner is like very uncommon to see one in some of these countries because the electric costs are so high. So while the U.S. has approximately 1,300 heat-related deaths annually, that's a lot, Europe loses more than 175,000 people to heat deaths each year because the costs are so expensive you can't turn on an air conditioner. What is that all about? That's not Europe. That's not the Europe that I love and know. All in the name of pretending to stop the global warming hoax.
Okay, again, this is where we're turning into, I had actually not seen that clip. This is where we're turning into a campaign speech, right? This is like, we're going to gear toward the energy prices in the United States are amazing. Later, you're going to hear him talk about his poll numbers. This is actual dictators don't do this when they give speeches to the rest of the world. Like actual dictators don't talk to other countries like this. That's where we're at. He's getting up and just talking about how great he is. And he's calling climate change a hoax. And the reason that air conditioners are uncommon, it's just like such unsubstantiated garbage. It's garbage. Let's go to the next clip.
In honor of this momentous anniversary, I hope that all countries who find inspiration in our example will join us in renewing our commitment, values, and those values, really, that we hold so dear together. Let us defend free speech and free expression. Let us protect religious liberty, including for the most persecuted religion on the planet today. It's called Christianity.
Sometimes I'm convinced that the way to solve where we're at in American history is like, you have to force people to watch Trump and then take a quiz afterwards, okay? Now you start, again, the ability for this guy to lie so consistently and outrageously is stunning. We're going to defend free speech and expression. You should have to take a quiz where it's like, what else did Donald Trump do this week? Did Donald Trump's FCC get Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air? Now Jimmy Kimmel is back, thank God, because we all fought against it, and Disney realized they made a bad, ABC I should say, realized they made a bad business decision. But the fact that they were forced to make a business decision at all because of Donald Trump, the guy who has said that we should arrest people who burn flags, the guy who has been, in terms of the conservative movement, the most anti-First Amendment president ever. And now he gets to get on a stage and be like, well, you should join us in defending these things. And at the end, Christianity is the most persecuted religion on earth. It's always the victim complex. That's absurd. Absurd. Let me know what you think of that comment specifically down below in the comments. I read all your comments. And if you've made it this far in the video, let me know. Let me know what you think of that one. Christianity is the most attacked religion on earth, the most persecuted. Absurd. And so I'd say that the clips you just watched were some of the most ridiculous things that Trump said. But he also said a lot of what you've heard from Trump already, that he ended 1 billion different wars, that he got trillions and trillions of dollars of investment. Inflation is gone. Electricity prices are going down. Grocery prices are going down. I'm the king. I'm the leader. So much of which, all of which, not so much, all of which is just unsubstantiated, complete garbage because he lies so much. And so I'm actually going to, at the end of this video, play in a second a great clip from CNN where somebody just destroys Trump and just fact checks all of this because it's really, really good. But lastly, after this, he met with French President Macron and talked a little bit about Putin and Ukraine, because also today we've seen Donald Trump essentially flip his position completely on Ukraine, which again, Trump supporters just don't talk about at all. I mean, it's good. It's a good thing. It's an objectively good thing. But if you voted for Trump and you have any self-respect, you should be like, I'm upset now because we're supporting Ukraine. But of course, they don't believe in anything. Let's take a listen to this.
The biggest disappointment, but I think that'll happen eventually, is the Ukraine and Russia situation. But we've settled. I thought that was going to be the easiest one because of my relationship with Putin, but unfortunately that relationship didn't mean anything, unfortunately. But when I needed some advice and when I needed some help in terms of a country in that part of the world, you were always there. And you helped me settle some of these 7 wars. I'm very proud of the 7 wars, but you helped me.
He hasn't settled 7 wars, which we're going to get to in 1 second. But again, him just commenting there on his relationship with Putin that, oh, it didn't mean anything. I thought we could solve it quickly. Yeah, you said you'd solve it in 24 hours, twice actually. And I think it's been a lot more than 24 hours. Again, this from today, after getting to know and fully understand the Ukraine-Russia military economic situation and after seeing the economic trouble it is causing Russia, I think Ukraine, with the support of the European Union, is in a position to fight and win all of Ukraine back in its original form. What the hell? Now, again, great, fantastic, okay? But if you are a Trump supporter, where is the self-respect? Why are you not angry that this guy just lies to you every single day about literally everything? It makes no sense. And some of those things that he lied about, once again, last clip, CNN fact-checking so much of this. Let's take a listen.
There are a lot of issues there. So first of all, some of the conflicts he's counting as wars he resolved were not actually wars at all. For example, Egypt and Ethiopia have argued over an Ethiopian dam project on the Blue Nile, but they were not in a raging war in which thousands of people were being killed. Similarly, Trump has claimed that he prevented conflict between Serbia and Kosovo from resuming, but they were not in a raging war either. In addition, the conflict involving the Democratic Republic of Congo and neighboring Rwanda has not actually been. There are a lot of issues there. So first of all, some of the conflicts he's counting as wars he resolved were not actually wars at all. For example, Egypt and Ethiopia have argued over an Ethiopian dam project on the Blue Nile, but they were not in a raging war in which thousands of people were being killed. Similarly, Trump has claimed that he prevented conflict between Serbia and Kosovo from resuming, but they were not in a raging war either. In addition, the conflict involving the Democratic Republic of Congo and neighboring Rwanda has not actually been resolved. We have good reporting from just a day ago talking about how hostilities have continued despite the peace deal that was signed under President Trump. And then in addition to that, India denies that President Trump was responsible for mediating its ceasefire, its truce with neighboring Pakistan. So a whole lot of issues with just that one claim. And Pamela, there were a whole bunch of other claims that were just out and out false. So I don't even have time to run through all of them. But on inflation, President Trump said that grocery prices are down during this presidency. They're up, and the pace of the increases is accelerating as the tariffs take effect. He has claimed that inflation has been defeated in general. No, inflation is also accelerating. It was 2.9% last month, up from 2.7%. He said that European electricity bills are high, which is true, but that ours are coming way down. No, in the U.S., they are increasing sharply, up 6.2% in August compared to a year prior. And there were a whole bunch of other topics. He claimed that he has secured $17 trillion in investment in the U.S. Well, just yesterday, his own White House press secretary said it was about $9 trillion in investment. So I don't know where the additional $8 trillion in a day has come from. And even that initial $9 trillion the press secretary claimed is highly dubious, counting a whole bunch of things that aren't actually spending, but rather are vague commitments from various countries. You and Kylie addressed the environmental claims. I just want to address one more. He claimed that China builds a lot of wind turbines and manufactures them for others, but refuses to use it itself, barely uses wind power. In fact, China is the world leader in the use of wind power.
So I think, first of all, so well done by CNN here. And so many of our problems come from the fact that Donald Trump lies more consistently and outrageously than probably ever any figure ever in American history. That is not me exaggerating. It's a fire hose of lies we cannot keep up with. And I'm telling you, I would first, if you'd be so willing, share this video with a MAGA friend or family member. Be like, what is the deal with today? What is this? And we got to make people take tests when they listen to Trump. I'm convinced nobody listens to him. Like, I'm actually convinced that people who like Trump don't listen to him. It's like, hey, Donald Trump says grocery prices are going down. Have you been to the grocery? Yes or no? It's like, this is just all, he just lies so much. It's not even, he doesn't even try. They don't even try to spit it anymore. They don't try. Inflation's going up. He's just like, inflation's down. Insane. Let me know what you think of all this down below. I think this is truly one of Donald Trump's worst speeches. So we're in it for the long haul, but we're in it together, one day at a time. Like I said, I believe we will get through this time in American history. It's just going to be one day at a time. Make sure you're registered to vote. And like I said, if you haven't already, click subscribe down below. My name is Chris Mowrey, filling in for Adam Mockler. The link to my YouTube channel will be in the description down below. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video.